This video is brought to you by Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist, my new book, which is a comprehensive guide to all aspects of music theory necessary for playing rock guitar. From blues to the cycle of fifths, from understanding and using modes to choosing the right notes for a melodic solo, from pentatonic scales to chord construction and keys. It's all covered in a clear and concise manner. With accompanying video demonstrations, jam tracks and tabs, you'll learn to use the knowledge you gain in accessible ways that make sense for less than the cost of a few guitar lessons. Check out the link in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. That was me having a little bit of fun jamming over one of my more recent jam tracks that I put together. It's in the key of A major, and I was using nothing more than just the pure, unadulterated, unadorned, without anything else added, A major pentatonic scale. Or if you prefer, think of it as the F sharp minor pentatonic. That's just the relative minor of A major. And so on. Well, basically the same shapes, the same box patterns as F sharp minor. If you play it in a major context, it becomes A major. And not that I was doing any more string bends than I would normally put into a solo, but there were quite a few in there. And that gets us to the nub of today's video, because today being Wednesday, I deal with viewers' questions on a Wednesday. And first of all, I'll start off with an apology, because Bryn, who emailed me about this particular topic, I've lost your email, mate. It's got sort of, kind of devoured or, kind of lost somewhere in cyberspace. But you were asking me about how you can tell or how to know where the string bends are in any given key. And the truth of it is, you can bend any note to any other note, providing the note that you are bending to is relevant in some way to the chord that it's being played over. But if we just keep it nice and tightly defined on doing the most commonplace kind of string bend, which is the whole tone string bend, and the most commonly used scale by most kind of rock, blues, whatever, popular music guitarists, shall we say, the pentatonic scale, then there are, ways that you can figure out where the string bends are. And this is how you can do it.
Here is the explanation.
Okay, it's all about being able to visualize how far apart the notes are on the neck, and therefore if you know how far up the string that you're on, the next note in the scale is, then you can know whether you can bend to it or not. If we restrict ourselves here to where most of the string bends happen, which is on the top three strings, and just kind of keep to the most commonplace string bend, the 2 fret bend or the whole tone bend, then we can start mapping things out. So for instance, here's the first position of A major pentatonic, like that. And if we mentally extend the scale up to the next note on each string, we get something that looks like that. And what we're looking for are notes in the first position, the pattern which is shown in blue, where you've got a note 2 frets above it on the same string, and we can see that there are 3 of those on the 3rd, 2nd and 1st string. So there's the 3rd string, there's the 2nd string, and here's the 1st string. Like that. All of those notes will accept a 2 fret bend because it takes you up to the next note in the scale. Then if we look at the next pattern, let's mentally extend that up to the next note on each string again. And we can see that there's only really one note here in that pattern which has a note 2 frets above it, and that's that one there. So that's our bend there. Is this the next one? Yeah, there it is. There's the next pattern. And again, what we're going to do is mentally extend up to the next note on each string. That gives us something that looks like that. So once again, we're looking for notes in the blue pattern where on the same string, you've got a note 2 frets above. And that would give us something like that. We've got 2 of those. So here's the pattern. And when we get to the 3rd string, that note will bend up 2 frets to the next note in the scale. And when we get to the 2nd string, that note will also bend up 2 frets to the next note in the scale. Like that. And then our next pattern looks like this. Oh, I've skipped one there, beg your pardon. But you can see there's what would be called pattern 4. And what we're doing is we're looking for notes, as I say, which are 2 frets above the notes that are shaded in blue. And that will give us those 2 notes there. So in pattern 4, this note on the 2nd string will bend up 2 frets. And this note on the top E string here will also bend up 2 frets to take us to the next note in the scale. The following pattern, pattern 5, let's just have a look at it. Like that. What we need to do is extend that up to the next note in on the string in each next note in the scale on each string. And once again, we can only really see where there's one note that will go up 2 frets to remain within the scale, and that looks like this. So it's this one here. You can see that if we were to bend the note on the 2nd string, that's the one in blue. Don't forget the highest note on the 2nd string in blue. You can't bend that up 2 frets and remain within the scale because it takes you to this note here, and the note we would need would be this one. So that is how you do it. You basically got to know how far away the next note in the scale is if you continue up the same string rather than kind of going kind of laterally across the neck and playing like the box patterns. So for my wonderful Patreon supporters, there will be a little bunch of diagrams showing you where all of the whole tone string bends are. And if you're not one of my Patreon members, then maybe you might want to sign up. But if not, then that is how you can figure out how to do it. You've just got to be able to visualize where stuff is on the neck. Ultimately, like many things, it all comes down to just the rudiments of fretboard knowledge. So now you know what to do. Go away and have some fun with it. And as I said earlier, there will be a little diagram showing where all of those string bends can be found in the context of all of the different 5 pentatonic box patterns. And of course the full tab for the solo that we kicked the video off with in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats. That explanation clip you've just seen there, the video of me playing the solo and the jam track to play along with yourself, all of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, link in the description. As I'm sure you know by now, $3 or £3 a month gets you access to all of these additional resources that go along with these YouTube videos. And of course, a massive thank you to everyone who supports me in that or any of the other ways, all of which are downstairs in the description. But that is it for today, folks. Hope you've found this little bending expose useful and informative in some way, and hopefully entertaining as well. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. Don't forget, the live stream every Friday Friday, 5 p.m. UK time. Beer and chat and all kinds of good stuff goes on. It's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.